want more Ranger Slayer action, then subscribe to this channel. Don't forget about your chance to win this Mattel's DC Multiversus Shazam action figure. All you have to do is share one of my videos. It does not matter which video you share. And leave a comment on the video that you have shared saying, Shazam, I shared. Also over there on my Patreon, I'm doing another giveaway for a My Hero Academia McFarlane Toys All Might. All you have to do is make a small donation to this channel of $3 to my second tier. And I'll leave a link to that in the description below as well. The contest for both the Shazam and All Might ends June the 30th, and the winner will be announced on July the 1st, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, and shipping is in the United States only as well. Good luck to you all. Welcome to my channel. This is Search, bringing you another action figure collector's review on the Power Rangers Lightning Collection's Mighty Morphin's Ranger Slayer. As you can tell, you get the Ranger Slayer herself staring at you through the window. You get a good bit of accessories for the Ranger Slayer, and you get a nice illustrated image of the Ranger Slayer, and it wraps around the box just like so, and that's some mighty fine artwork if you ask me. You get Mighty Morphin Power Rangers right above that. Over on this side of the box, you get that same illustrated image more or less reflected. At the back of the box, you get a nice product shot of the Ranger Slayer. Up here at the top of the box, you get nothing but the tab. And down here at the bottom, nothing but the barcode. Let's get to it and open this bad bitch up. Okay, let's take a good look at the Ranger Slayer's accessories. And you do get a lot whenever it comes to this figure. And we'll go ahead and take a look at her fisted hand right here. And it looks very good. I'm very pleased with what Hasbro can do with this hand. And we do need this fisted hands for whenever we're throwing down with a couple of Power Rangers. Or whenever Lord Draken smarts off at her, she can punch him in the face. But anyway, right there, I do get a little bit extra plastic right there in the molded seam. That's a little bit bothersome, but I can just take a knife and just scrape that off with. So it's not that big of an issue. And you do get some nice armor right there on the hand, on the back side of it. So that's very nice. I do like that a lot. I would like to see some dry brushing with some silver paint. That would have been nice to represent some battle damage or something, some scarring. That would have been great. And you do get some more of that armored plating around the knuckles. So it looks very good. I'd hate to get hit in the face by this Ranger Slayer. I think this Ranger Slayer is actually Kimberly from the future. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments below. But anyway, right here, this is the same thing. You get that, it's all uniform with all the hands. So I'm very pleased with that. And you do get that molded seam right there, and it looks very good. All that sculpt work looks nice. The hands, and this is a trigger finger right there, and it looks very, very good. I'm very pleased with that. Right here you get a pointing finger, and you can use this with many different poses. You can use this with her bow and arrows, or you can just use it for her to point and stick a putty or something after a ranger. So that's very cool. And I do have a little bit extra plastic right there in the molded seam, so that's a little bit disappointing, but it's not that bad of a complaint because this is a good figure. But anyway, we'll go ahead and take that off of there, and we'll look at her wide open hand, her waving hand, or her karate chopping hand. And I do like it a lot. You do get some sculpted detail right there in the palm, and right there at the fingers. So it looks very good. I'm impressed with that. And right there you get that same armor as well. And it's got a little bit of a shine to it in this one spot. I don't know why that is, but it does look good. It looks like a hand in a glove. So I'm not going to complain too much about that. It looks very nice. You do get a closed blaster with this Ranger Slayer. And that's very nice that we finally get a closed blaster with a regular release of a figure. So I'm very pleased with that. And Hasbro is going to milk it out with the Rangers from the Mighty Morphin series and give them all closed blasters at a later date. But I do like this a lot. Now we do, instead of getting white, we get that silver paint apps right there. And we also got that with Kimberly as well. So I'm wondering if that's just a Pink Ranger thing that they're going to do. I don't know. Let me know if you think you know the answer in the comments below. Right here, we'll go ahead and take a look at the Bow of Darkness. And it matches the Sword of Darkness very well where it came to the Green Ranger. And right here you do get clips right there for these little arrows, and I'll show you that in just a little bit. But I do like how the paint came out. It looks very good around that red right there, and you can look and see that it looks like it's been wrapped up and put together. So that pleases me a lot. And I like the molded plastic that you see, that silver color looks very good as well. So that's very nice. We'll go ahead and set that to the side. You get this translucent pink arrow, and it's just like the one we got with the Pink Ranger, but except this one is a little bit darker of a pink color. And I'm not bothered by that at all. I like this effect piece. I liked it whenever we got with the Pink Ranger, and I think that the Ranger Slayer should have a little bit darker of colors whenever it comes to her accessories and her effects. I think it matches and flows the figure very well because the figure's more dark. But anyway, that's enough of that. Right here, you get very good sculpted line work in that translucent plastic, so I'm very pleased with that, and it looks very wavy, like it's been shot out of the arrow, so that's very nice. I do enjoy that a lot. And right here, you get these arrows, and they're all molded in silver plastic. I would have liked to see some different paint outs, maybe some black and pink around here, or however it looks in the comics is however these arrows should look. And I do like that we get these arrows, but I wish they would have been painted. But anyway, you just go ahead and you just go and you kind of port this on just like that, and that's how that goes on there, and it fits on there nice and tight. You don't have to worry about it falling off, so that's very impressive. I do like that a lot. But that was a good look at the Ranger Slayer's accessories. Attempting Kimberly's heart, Lord Dragon gave her the Bow of Darkness. And now we have the Ranger Slayer all morphed up and out of the box and getting ready to find some Rangers onto your screen. I'm very excited that Hasbro has reached out to the Boom Studios and got more Mighty Morphin Power Rangers to add to our collection. Now let's see if this is a good figure, and we'll get into that in just a second. Okay, let's take a good look at the Ranger Slayer's articulation. First of all, her head can look up that far, which is a decent amount. It's not too good, but it's decent enough. And it does not hit the back of the cape at all, so the cape doesn't hinder articulation at all. And you can get her looking that far down, almost all the way down to her toesies, but not quite. You don't get none of that confused dog going on whatsoever to either side. She does have that Exorcist, which is the full 360. For the rest of the review, I will be removing this cape. That way you get to see how all of her parts work. She does have a butterfly joint right here, allowing you to get some really good range going back, so that's very impressive. But you don't get hardly anything going forward, so that's a little bit disappointing, but I am thankful that we do have that butterfly joint. And her arm can extend that far to her side right there, and you do get that perfect pitch right in there. And her elbow can bend in only at the 90-degree mark because it's a single jointed elbow. She does have them party elbows, which is the swivel down there at the elbow joint. Now, be careful whenever you're interchanging these hands because you can pop this elbow out very easily. I know I did it with this figure. And this hand can go side to side. It's just with this pointing hand that does the side to side hinge action. And you do get the swivel in there as well. All the other hands do the inward and the outward motion for the hinges. So I'm very thankful that we do get that. And right here, we have this awesome diaphragm joint allowing you to get all kinds of range. Allowing her to lean that far to that side, that far to that side. You get a swivel in there at that diaphragm. You can get her crunching forward that far with that first diaphragm joint, crunching back that far with that first diaphragm joint. Wherever you add in that second added ab crunch, you can get her crunching that far back, like she's getting hit in the face by some Power Rangers, or she mouthed off to Lord Draken. And she can crunch down all the way down to her toesies, so that's very impressive. I do like that a lot. She's got these splits and can split out that far, lucky Tommy. And she doesn't have no thigh cut. She's got more of a thigh wiggle in there, so that's disappointing. She can kick her leg that far forward. She can kick it that far back. She does have double jointed knees that bend in that far and bend back that far. And she doesn't have no calf cut, but you do get your rotation down here at this ankle. And this ankle joint right here looks like a bee-stung ankle joint, and it's kind of weird that they done it because it's a separate piece between the foot and the ankle, so that's a little odd to look at. But right there, she does have the perfect ballerina going on for her, and her foot can go that far forward, and she does have ankle pivot. That was a good look at the Ranger Slayer's articulation. Take a good look at the Ranger Slayer's sculpt in detail. And first of all, go ahead and look at her helmeted head sculpt, and it just looks amazing. It doesn't really look like there's much paint out of place whatsoever. I like the glossy black that they used up underneath around the chin and the mouth. I think that looks very good. I like the silver that they used over that at the mouth. It looks great. I do enjoy that a lot. And you do get that glossy black paint right there on the visor. It looks very, very good as well. And I got a little bit of pink paint seeping on my visor, so that's a little bit of a bother, a little bit of a nitpick, but it's not too bad. It's not that bad noticeable. But right there, you do get the green right there for the pterodactyl's eyes, but mine came out a little bit lopsided. Like, I got more green paint over here on this one side, and this side is very vague, so that's a little bit bothersome as well. We'll go ahead and break out this other pink Power Ranger, and I do like both figures a lot. I'm very excited to have both of them in my collection, but this one looks more like a modern version of this one. This one's more of the classic look for Kimberly. This is your futuristic bad girl, and this is your, you know, America's sweetheart, you know, very sweet and caring girl. But anyway, right here at the top of the helmeted head sculpts, as you can tell, this is more exaggerated on that figure than it is on this one. It's more modern, and I do like that a lot. Neither figure is bad. I don't prefer one over the other, but it looks very good. The pink came out very nice, and I do get a little bit of extra black seeping through right there, but I can just say that's battle damage and use my imagination, so I'm okay with that. The black on the back of the head, helmeted head sculpt, looks very nice. I like how this cape kind of wafts off to the side. I'm more of a cloth goods kind of guy, but I do like that we got this cloth, or this cape right here. I think they did a very good job with it. I like the tatteredness at the bottom and all the wrinkles in it. I think it looks very good. I'm very impressed with what Hasbro done there. And right here, you do get some pink right there at the shoulder, but it's kind of fuzzy and black in that pink, and it just doesn't really match the rest of the figure, so that's a little bit bothersome as well. Go ahead and take that cape off so we can get a better look at it. Right up around there at the collar, you do get a little bit of silver right there, so that looks very good. The collar looks very good as well, and that's on the inside of it, and you do get a molded seam in there as well. Right here, the Ranger Slayer, she could have had a little bit more of a neck, but that way we could have got more range looking up. That would have been nice, but you gotta take what you got. Right here, you get the sculpted line work in the arms. It looks very good. All this armor, it looks very layered, kind of like a cake. But anyway, right there, you do get a little bit of rubbing right there on that pink, so that white comes through. So be on the lookout with that with your figure. And with these elbows, I think they came out kind of ugly because they kind of gap out right there, so that's a little bit bothersome as well. But for the most part, I think all that looks very good through there. Her diamonds came out very clean on her chest, So that looks very good. Stop staring at her chest. Right here at her arm, it came out very fuzzy around all this white. So that's a little bit disappointing, but I do like how you can tell where the sleeve and the glove kind of meet right there with that pink right there separating the color. So that's very nice. I do like that a lot. Up underneath there, it looks very good. You got some wrinkling back going on back here, up underneath the lower back, on the lower back, and right here on her abdomen you get more of that wrinkling. And you do kind of tell that there's a pterodactyl in there at her belt buckle, but it's kind of very vague, so you can't really tell, but you see something's in there. But you do get the black, the silver, and the red, and the gold, and all that looks very clean in there. So it looks very good. And then you get the molded white plastic right there that's glued around there. And if you like Kimberly's butt or the Ranger Slayer's butt, give this video a thumbs up right there, because I just showed it to you. And right here, you do get a lot of battle damage on this armor right through here. It looks very good. I do enjoy that a lot. And it looks like there's some black seeping through. I don't know if that's on purpose or if that was just a mistake by the factory. But either or, I still like it a lot, because I do like a lot of battle damage on my figures. And right here, especially at the knees, you can tell that there's a lot of battle damage right there on the knees. Get your mind out of the gutter. And right here, you get a lot of that smooth black plastic that moves on down from the calves. And you do get a little bit of wrinkling in the back of the calves. And right down here, you do get peg holes at the bottom of the feet. But that was a good look at the Ranger Slayer sculpt in detail. The Ranger Slayer scales up against a couple of Power Rangers Lightning Collection. Over there on her left, we have the Pink Ranger Kimberly. And over there on her right, we have her sweetheart, Lord Draken. How the Ranger Slayer scales up against a couple of figures from this wave that I've already reviewed. Over there on her left, we have the Mighty Morphin Blue Ranger, and over there on our right, we have the Gold Zeo Ranger. Our Ranger Slayer scales up against a couple of Dragon Star series figures. Over there on her left, we have Frieza's first form, and over there on her right, we have Cell's final form. The Ranger Slayer scales up against a couple of McFarlane toys from the DC Multiverse line. Over there on her left, we have the Batman Who Laughs, and over there on her right, we have the Unchained Armored Superman. The Ranger Slayer scales up against a couple of NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles GameStop exclusive 1990s movie line action figures. Over there on her left, we have the Foot Soldier, and over there on her right, from that same line, we have the Shredder. Our Pink Ranger Slayer scales up against a couple more Hasbro action figures. Over there on her left, from the Power Rangers Lightning Collection line, we have the Walgreens exclusive Dragon Shield Black Power Ranger. And over there on her right, from Marvel Legends, we have the Superior Octopus. Here's my final thoughts on this figure. It's limited in some places of articulation, especially at the head and the elbow joints. Double jointed elbows would have helped this figure out a lot, and lifting that neck up just a smidge bit would have gave us more articulation to where we could look up a little bit more and get a little bit more side to side motion out of that head. Not saying that this is a terrible figure, it's a good figure, but if you're just a fan of the original Mighty Morphin figures, I could say that you could pass on this figure and wait for a better release. Now, this is a solid figure, in my opinion. This is a good first stab at the Ranger Slayer, and it gives me something to look forward to in the future. And I'm very excited to see what Hasbro can do. But let me know what you think of the figure. Let me know what you think of the review in the comments below. And as always, feel the urge to collect with Surge. If you want more action figure collectors reviews, then feel the urge to subscribe to Surge. And if you've liked what you've seen, then click that big thumbs up button. If you want to get notified of my latest videos whenever they drop, click that notification bell. If you want to see this channel grow, share with a friend. Speaking of friends, you can friend me over there on Facebook. Links to that will be in the description below. You can also follow me along on Twitter. Links to that will be in the description below. don't you leave Draken and go out with me? Not fair.